Hey, welcome back to BoneDry. I'm Joel. I got a camellia that's flowering right now. I gotta show you guys. It's such a really nice morning. We're having some of the nicest weather in the country, I'm sure. But we're bone dry. A lot of my trees are pretty dry. They haven't been watered. We haven't had any rain, so I'm gonna have to get them a drink today. But yeah, I want to show you the camellia blossom. Some of the growth on it's pretty nice. And I've got a lemon tree that I'm pretty sure is in too big of a pot. And a couple other trees that I just want to clean up and get them ready for some spring explosion, hopefully. So anyway, that's what I got going on this morning. Check it out. All right, so here's the camellia. Just really pretty, especially this morning. So it's gonna have another here. Yeah, quite a bit of new growth. It seems healthy. I didn't think I left those buds on the branches there, even though I wasn't real crazy about where they were. I don't know, they may work out. Some of the branches taper and twist okay, but you know, I've got a lot of small branches that are growing the wrong directions, growing back in towards the tree. And yeah, things just need to be kind of sorted out. Callie thinks so too. I expect that wrinkly bark is going to travel up. At least I hope it does. But there's the camellia, January 2021. Looking pretty good. So also real quick, I wanted to update some of these trees that I've done some recent videos on. Here's the geranium, getting settled in there. The tree kept falling over on me while I was trying to pot it up. Just hardly any roots at all. The Ficus benjamina is looking nice. The religiosa's got some nice new growth on it since I pruned it. My little Sarissa forest. Finally, some yellow leaves on it. They have been green, and you see all the young growth. And the same with this Sarissa. This one's actually got flower. It's called the snow rose. Lots of growth happening from the base of the tree, as usual. So I should probably clean that up before it just doesn't need to be wasting energy on those. My aloe likes to grow pups. But yeah, I like the aloe. It's looking pretty nice. Thinking about just chopping the top off of it. And my bishop pines, these look really pretty healthy. But this one may be suffering here. It just, I don't know. The Norfolk Island pines definitely need to be brought back. I picked up this little three tree clump because I want to get more trees together in a larger pot and then get these out of this pot. And so I'm just not sure I want to do that root work right now. But yeah, see, this is needs to come back. It needs to be reduced. I've got to get that top growth under control. I want the top branches, I want the trees to be more conical. So there's some updates to my little bit more cold intolerant trees. These trees all need water, and I'm going to do that today. Yep. Happy with them. All right, this is my Meyer lemon, and I bought it in June 2019. That's the first time it was put in a pot. I wasn't doing any kind of good video log like I am now, I guess, and when I repotted it into this pot, I could probably go back and search some photos, but I'm sure it was last spring. And it's too big of a pot for this tree. It's too big size-wise for sure. I think it just dwarfs the tree. I guess well, I don't guess. I know I was thinking that, you know, more room the better for these trees, but one of my favorites, Nigel Saunders on YouTube, the Bonsai Zone, was talking about how too much soil is going to rot your roots because they don't have enough root to absorb it, all the water and dry it out. And you end up with wet soil all the time. And roots don't always care for that. So I've got, I don't know how many trees. I've got a few trees that I'm gonna have to do this to, but just rookie mistake, you know? All right, so not a lot of cuts, but kind of major cuts, I guess, because it's such a small little tree, but I don't like this rainbow action. So, and you know, I don't know, I could probably try a shorter cut and see if something buds, but you know, this is thicker than my trunk, thicker than what I want to be my leader. So I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna let the top of the tree grow. I'm gonna let this grow. And I'm going to just take the tip off of this. This branch is you know, this tree's really young, and obviously I don't have to do any like seriously major branch selection right now, but it's kind of nice just to keep things in order. But it's too long and straight. I'm gonna cut this to here. And that's gonna do it with the pruning. So I'm gonna pull it up out of the pot, and can't imagine there's any kind of real. See, there's no roots holding any of this together. Of course, this is just way too much dirt and soil for this. And planter for this little tree. Well, wow. Yes. Well, it was trying to use it all. That's for sure. Well, let's just see how this goes. don't really want to do any major root work on this as far as like going in and root pruning at the base of the tree and really hacking stuff out. I really was wanting to let the tree grow for a couple of years. This feels like maybe a problem here. Combing really nice. It's just, my rake just goes right through, no problem. Not a lot of resistance on these roots. But I've got some gnarly stuff happening here. See, I'm really happy with the way these roots are growing radial. Just got a few here that are traveling down. And then I will probably just end up doing a perimeter prune on those. Some of these that travel up, this root wants to travel up. I'll take those off. I'll clean this up a little bit more so I can see what's happening there. And otherwise, perimeter prune and slip it in a new pot. So I was all set to put this thing in a nice little plastic training pot. I've got plenty of them, several sizes. This is one that had something in it, obviously, but after seeing what I've seen with these roots, and also being a sucker for a shiny pot, I get these pots at a bonsai place here in Sacramento, and you know, I should probably spend more time in the thrift stores looking, but I never seem to hit them. These are, something like this is $8.50. So I think that'll be what I use for the front of the pot. Just drywall tape. So first I do want to dig at those top roots a little bit, right here. I think maybe I'll just take a bite out of it with my nippers. I'll try the scissors first. I'm gonna get right down in there and just get it off. I've got this one here that's coming straight up in the air. I'm gonna take it off. Still not happy with this. If I follow this back, you can see this root has, it might be growing off another root over here. I don't know. But it's definitely growing against any kind of a radial pattern. So I think that's gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna go any farther, other than just a couple of crossing roots here. But yeah, I'm gonna have a look at this thing and see if I can figure out a front. I think probably something like that on that angle there, so that I kind of start to straighten up on my main leader. And you know, nothing's permanent on this right now, but it's good to try it. Get a front established. So I think I'll plant it like that. I've got these straggler roots that are gonna want to come off. Clean up some of these perimeter roots. Well, that's got things pretty well cleaned up. Quite enough clearance on the edges there. You see these roots, they love the edges of the pods. That's where all the warmth is. Not quite there. Now we should have some good clearance. Now, I've got to steal this front view. I think slightly offset from the center. A little bit more to trim here in the back. I just can't quite seem to get these roots short enough. Okay, I'm going to try and push this down to a level that I like, but I may have too much soil in here now. I want all the roots down below to be fully in soil. Now that's pretty good height, really. Bit to the right. I think that looks about right. So I'll fill it in. Got dog hair in my soil. When you have border collies, you have dog hair in everything. And we're gonna go with that mixture. Just make sure there's no air pockets in this. Try and get it settled. Give this a couple of waters today. Make sure that soil gets good and saturated. All right, I'll get cleaned up here, get my watering can, and give this thing a drink. That's running out of the bottom really well. Well, that's the Meyer lemon all taken care of. I'll put it back on the bench. This is my maple planting. They're all acers. I don't remember each tree individual name, but I do know they're all acers. And I've got the tags in photographs somewhere. These guys just aren't showing up well here, so I'm gonna hang them. I'm gonna get a black background so you can see what's going on with this structure on these trees. Okay, that's much better. You can much more clearly see these trees. I made this pot. Dog-eared fencing, 4-inch, and a couple 2x4s. If you have old wood hanging around, it's good for bonsai pots. So I'm just going to start by cleaning up this planting a little bit. Got a lot of weeds. Leaving a little few here and there that add a little green, but I don't want anything taken over. Looks like I'm gonna start growing some moss here. I like moss. And I'm gonna take the oak branches out. Dead leaves off. These trees are staying in the pot this year. They're not coming out. They need to grow. They need to fill this thing with roots. So let's start with this main tree. I don't know if I like the division here. I'm thinking about actually just picking a main leader, which I think will be this one in the back. I'm liking the way it flows. I'll start by taking this off. I'm not going to worry about being precise yet. Just take that off there. Now I'll clean it up. Get that concave like that, and then that bark will have a easier time rolling over it and healing. And so I will take the top off of that. Here I've got a couple of buds, so I'll leave it a little long. I think I'm okay with this. I'll take this dead section off. That's dead. So I'll clean the top of this off. I think I'll take this one off too. I've got something else coming. Be cleaned up. I do have division here. There's 3 branches growing out of here, and I want to get the one out of the middle. It's just a stump or stub from the previous prune. I'll take this one completely off. Yeah, I think I'll take this small branch off the back here and hope I get something else happening for some back branching. Take this dead end off. We'll see what happens with this branch in the spring. So I'll move to my smallest tree here. It's right at the front. Actually, I think I'll take that. Like that. That'll be fine to develop something there and see what happens. I missed this one up here. Okay, moving on. This guy, I think I want to keep it away from this canopy. So I'll just take it off here for now. This in the middle can come out. Tip off of that. I don't know, this is a little long and straight. I think this one needs to go. So I'll take that middle one out of here, and I may take this one too. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this off here, and I'll leave it a little stump there for now. And I will start with this for sure. And here. Take this off of this. It's not doing anything anymore. This one needs to be cleaned up. I'll take this one off. I like the way this one kind of is flowing better. So I'll go to this tree. I do kind of like the way it twists back in and sort of fills this space for now. Take this off here. This is a dead stump. I'm going to remove this branch as well. I'm not sure I like the angle that it's grown off of the trunk. I'm hoping that these just explode with buds. They were in this pot all summer, and I'm hoping for some growth this year on these, some real growth. So this is my last tree. See how that's rolling over? I kind of like that. I think in time, years in the future, this will end up looking like a pretty gnarly old maple. Start at the top. This one really just throws all kinds of buds and leaves like crazy. It's a really nice tree. This is just an old pruning point I want to clean up. This one too. This is actually two branches splitting right here. I'm going to take the little top one off. I don't think I want this branch horizontal here. So I'm going to take it off. Like that. This branch, it's just, boy, it's an eye poker. That thing just bam. So I've got to take it off. I think I'll clean that up. See if that bark will roll back over that a little nicer. This planting could change, obviously, when I repot. I don't know, but for now I want to keep things pruned so that they fit. Hoping for good growth this year. That's gonna do it. I'm just running out of time, just like always. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. I am on my journey of learning on these trees. But I appreciate those of you that do watch, and I appreciate very much the comments. So, yeah, till next time. I've got plenty to prune and plenty to do. So, thanks again. Take care.